Hi, welcome back to Markets of Sunshine. Today I am going to show you how to make this lovely initial using seed beads. Okay? And I will talk about the little border here that I made and what I used to make it. And then we're going to talk about this little envelope that I made and the pin and where I got that. Okay, so that's what today's video is about. How to use your seed beads to make letters, or how to make letters with seed beads. Alright, so let's turn it around to the table now. And we're going to zoom in a wee bit, just so that everything is clear. Alrighty, now, what supplies will we need today? We will need seed beads of your color choice. This is what I'm going to be using. Alright, where are we? Make sure everybody sees everything. Yes, okay, good, here, okay. So this little pack of seed beads, and I'm going to be using a couple colors here to go with the Happy Mail binder that we were making. And you're going to need a little notebook. This, you can make a notebook. This is a pre-made notebook, and it has a craft cardstock kind of paper cover, very, very heavy duty, thicker than normal cardstock, and then really nice paper on the inside. And this one, I just used a little memo notepad from the dollar store, and I covered the front and the back with a book page, so you're going to need some book pages. And then I crocheted this cute little design border around the edge of it, used a little piece of lace trim here. And then I put my initials for Marsha on the front. Okay? So there we have it. And then the little envelope, and this is a wood pen. This is handmade by a friend of mine, and so I just love the green colors. And then the little piece of cardstock that I made the little mini envelope, the same size to fit into the back of the little notepad, and then my pen use it as a pen holder. Okay, so first of all, I'm just gonna open up the little notepad, and this measures, which again, just use any notepad that you want, but just so that you know, it's 3 by 4.5, give or take. Okay, so we're going to take our scraps, and we were making a collage page for our Happy Mail binder that is going to my friend Rita. And so I have all the scraps left over from where I was doing her collage page. So I'm just going to take these and tear them and just start making collage out of this cover. Okay, so then once the collage is made, then we can start with the bead and the letter. Okay, so we're going to ink up the edges as we go. And I'm using the brush corduroy distress oxide and just my little handy dandy and a piece of wax paper. And I am going to get a new surface here. I just have to wait. My husband says he thinks he has something in the garage that we're going to use. And I just want to cover up this, plain, unattractive table. And then I'm using foam board, which I don't care for either, and I use that as the backdrop for taking my stock photos for my Etsy products. I want just a white whitewash look wood grain piece of paneling, so he thinks he has a piece in his little stash, so we'll have to just see. I'm just inking up all the edges, and I like to lay it straight on the wax paper, and then I can just go around it like this, because you know how flimsy that and thin the book pages are. It's hard to hold on to the page and then try to ink it up that way. So I like to ink it up this way. And since it's going to be flat on the cover anyway, so it doesn't need the side edges, it just needs the top of it to be inked. Okay, so every little smidgen that I have here, I'm going to bring it over. Let me see what's under here. Anything else with some wording? Well, here's some more little scraps. So we're just going to start using up all the little scraps first. All the different colors. Okay. So here at my channel, Markets of Sunshine, I am bringing you how to make lovely gifts by using up your stash without spending money. So that is the whole theme of my channel, and I hope you will subscribe if that's something that interests you, so that you can save money and use your hard-earned cash for the vital things of life. Food and shelter right now are top priority over craft supplies. So I'm sorry, Amazon, and even my own Etsy shop that I have handmade products in, I'm not really promoting that as much. If you would like to tip me for all the time and effort and energy that goes into making these videos for you to enjoy and watch and learn, then you can do so by making a purchase in my Etsy shops. The Markets of Sunshine shop is where I have all my handmade products, junk journals, cash envelope system, and then the Pioneer Fundraiser is my vintage shop where I resell vintage treasures and supplies like fabric and lace and buttons and all kinds of tutorials, little books, and embroidery patterns, all kinds of things. I mean, it's just like, and then any kind of tools that I find for crafting, I have those I've sold, and just very unique things. So if you want to tip me, that's how you can tip me, by making a purchase in either one of my Etsy stores. But to help me deal with the day-to-day stressors of this life situation that we're in, then crafting has been my saving outlet, because it is just what I enjoy to do, and this is so relaxing when you're sitting here and you're playing with paper and you're inking paper and you just are concentrating on this. Then all of those horrible problems that are out there in the world happening that we have no control over, and worry does not do any good. So what better thing to do than something productive like crafting and making something beautiful, whether it's a quilt, a mug rug, a journal, whatever it is. It's definitely better than getting roped into all the mess that we see on the TV. Okay, so now I'm just going to continue to ink up these edges. And my other channel is all about homemaking, Sunshine Homemaker. I'll put that in the description below. So I'm trying to just grow my little community here with people who are like-minded and who enjoy listening to my Southern stories and learning from me about how I've been selling on Etsy for 12 years and my personal experience on Etsy. And, you know, is it worth it? And, you know, so that's what you'll find here on this channel. And I will share with you places that I've found, and if you're, you know, what works and what doesn't work. But basically, my best advice to you would be do not spend any money on training courses. Hands down, that is my best advice to you. And one of the best channels that I can say that I would recommend if you're wanting to learn Etsy SEO or open an Etsy shop and things of that sort, because I mean I've shared a little bit, but you know I haven't sold, you know, I have 1,600 sales between the two shops in 12 years. So it has not been easy going for me, and because I have a chronic illness, I cannot devote my whole existence to Etsy. And that's basically what you're doing. So, and anyway, but there's at least one, I would say really one channel that I would recommend. And so I'm going to talk to her and see if she will feature me on her channel, interview me, and then if that works out, then I will tell you who it is. So I'm just trying to grow my little community here. So if you would like to share my channel, that would be wonderful. Help me to do that. I don't think I'm going to use cheesecloth on this. Okay, now this back piece, I'm going to need more. I might have to tear this bigger piece here and start coming in here with some of this. Alright, so just slide it all over. Slide this over. Okay, let's see if we can get this done in 30 minutes. I'm using a brighter light now, and oh my goodness. And you guys don't have to sit under the intensity of it, but I do. And it's not fun. Okay, so now let's start with this over here. This up here. Okay. I want to utilize every smidgen of this. Okay. Alright, I did have a sale in my vintage shop last night, so that was a nice surprise when I heard the ka-ching. So thank you, whoever that was. I know their name, but I can't tell you who it is, you know. You shall remain anonymous. Okay. I can just tear that piece off. Wiping my hands on my shirt because I didn't bring a rag. I thought I had my rag. That's okay. They'll all go in the wash. Oh my goodness. And today, I don't know what is happening in Florida, but the wind, it's like having a tropical storm with no rain is about the equivalent of how I would describe it. Wind, 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 but no rain. All day long. I mean, it does not stop blowing. And I know we were supposed to have another storm coming through, but I thought it was going to bring the rain. Okay, where's the cap to my glue? I lost it. Oh, here it is. Okay, I like to tidy up as I go. I don't like to be a mess maker in my craft room. Okay. Put my finger right in the glue. Okay, bring this piece over here. Alright, let's see here. Do I have any words? Anything with a word? Oh, here. Oh, this whole big piece staring me right in the face. Okay, this one can go here. Okay. So basically I'm just showing you how I just, go about filling everything in and till I get it all okay. Alright, I need one little piece up at the top. Alrighty dighty, let's see. This piece here, I don't know. Alright. Okay, let's go like this. Okay. Alright, now we're going to come back in with some little small pieces just at the seams, the edges. Okay. And yes, did you hear that Sean Connery died today? That was sad. I was first introduced to his roles in James Bond when I was just a young girl. I think I was 18 or 19. I was in high school, I think my senior year, and I was working at Sears credit department in Winter Park, and we had a lot of college students that worked in the department and a few high school students through the work programs. And so one of the college students invited a set group of us girls, a couple of the students, to go with them, a married couple and then couple of their friends, very nice young men. And so my father said yes, I could go. And back then we asked permission for stuff like that. It's not like today where see you later, Mom, Dad. Anyway, and so it was very interesting, I must say. I had never seen movies like that. I was raised on the wide world of Disney. So it was interesting. I was like, wow, okay, I don't know what to think of it. It was my reaction, It was like, and they wanted to know, what did you think of it, Marsha? And I'm like, I'm still thinking about it. I'll get back with you. So that kind of violence and everything was just all brand new to me. I mean, we watched, you know, the scary movies as a kid and go into the movie drive-in movies. Any of you guys watching remember drive-in movies? And Abbott and Costello meet whatever, you know. Meet Frankenstein and all that. That was about the extent of what we were allowed to watch. Okay, so now, alright, so we're going to come in here with the seed beads, and we're going to make the letter, and we're going to make an R. So what I'm going to do is get my pencil, and we're going to just draw the letter R, and as you see, I made it quite tall. Okay, so, and just freehand it, it's okay. Don't worry about, you know, oh, whatever, I'm not an expert, whatever, don't worry about that. Okay, I think I'm going to leave some room for some trim up here like I did on this one. I don't know if I put the cheesecloth up here, so I'll just use that as a guide to know how far I want to do this. Okay, so we're going to come right here. I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to just curve it up like I did on this. And then we're going to go out. And then come down. And then go out. And down. And curl it up right here. Okay. So there you have it. Now here comes the fun with the seed beads. Okay. Alright, these little things open up like that. That's the first time I've used these containers. Alright. Okay, one opens up easily. Okay, there we go. Okay, get my little seed beads ready. Get the glue. So the whole idea is you're going to have seed beads rolling around, but get your glue and then just follow the outline of the pencil, the mark of the letter you just made. And you want to put a thick amount of glue and do the whole entire letter up one side and then just stop right there. Okay. And then let me get something here. I'm just going to put this fabric here so that if any beads roll this way, the fabric will stop them from rolling all over the floor. Alright, now I'm going to just go on this side of the glue and just start gently tapping out the seed beads so that they can grab hold of the glue. And I'm doing it right over the top and at the edge. And it's okay, don't worry about the beads that are going all over the place. And just keep going up and down until they're just grabbing hold of the open spots and that you're seeing. So you're seeing the open spots. And then we will retrieve all of those beads. Alright, so now come in here and just very, very carefully with your finger, you could use a toothpick, but I'm just using my finger, and I'm just going to push in all of these beads see if I have something pokey. I usually had a toothpick, and I had my piercing tool. Let me see if this will work. Okay. I'm just going to roll these up in here. Alright, so I'm going to hold this knife blade right up against and lay it flat right up against that line of glue. And then come in here with your finger and then just roll the beads right up on top of that stream of glue. And pick any of them up that you can, and then just keep pushing it up on top and get any of these that's scattered, and just come in and fill it in right up on the top. Just where you're seeing the white part. Okay, and just mash it gently, mash it gently. You want the bead to go into the glue. Okay. Alright, we're good on this. Looking good, looking good. Okay, alright. I like that. Okay, now I'm just going to take a piece of paper, carefully wipe that blade. Of course, I should have used the blunt side. Alright, now, just going to retrieve some of these little seed beads over here. Alright, now come in here with your glue and continue forming the letter. Okay, so I'm curving around to make the R. I'm going to come down here for this other side. Curling it up and around. Okay. Alright. Now I'm going to take the other color that I have, and I'm going to go on this side so that they can roll into the glue. Alright, that's too light of a color. Let me see. Thought it was darker than that. Let's go with this one. I want a blue, but that's really light blue. Okay, so this is really thick glue right here, so I can just dab it right on top, and the fabric is catching any of the or rolling down. There's a big thick blob right here, so it's sticking pretty good. Yep, good, good, good. Now I'm just going to mash that with my finger. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to use the blunt side this time and not the sharp side. Alright, now I'm just going to scoot some of these beads onto the glue. So just take your time, no reason to rush on it. Okay, looking good, looking good. Okay, let's try to pick them up and move them up on top of the glue. There you go. That's better. That's better. Okay. I'll just try to wiggle these up over on the top. Okay, so I'm going to just pick some up with my fingers and just go right in here and mash them in. And pick up like 3 or 4 or 5 at a time. So you have a nice little stack, and then you can mash them in with your finger. And just fill in all the little holes. This is working very nicely. Okay, now I'm just mixing the 2 colors and bringing in some of the darker color along on this outer side. Okay, and there we have it. Very nice. Yep, I like the way it turned out. So now we have her initial, and then what I'll do is once it's all dry, then anything that didn't adhere, well, then will just naturally fall off. Okay, so let's take a look. Whoops. Okay, yep, there you go. Okay, you can see it. So some of those haven't dried yet, so I don't want them to spill all over the place, but you see the idea. Alright, so then I'm just going to come in here and straighten it up a little bit.